Okay. Okay. So you want to have maybe about a hand's length and a half separation, and your hands are straight up, reaching up toward, your arms are straight towards the ceiling. And as you lift your hips up, you're going to open your arms out to the side and then lower your hips down. So this shouldn't be too intense. This is still warming up, but we're getting that abduction of the arms, horizontal abduction. Open the arms as you lift the hips. So it's a bridge up. Hey, Patricia. And back down. Lift and lower. Good. We're going to do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. And on this one, we're going to lift and we're going to hold. You're reaching your arms out to the side. Hips stay lifted. And then keeping your upper arms where they are. We're just going to bend and straighten the elbows. Bend and straighten. So from your shoulder to your elbow stays parallel to the ground. Good, Marie. Good, Brandy. And you're keeping those hips up into a bridge for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to pause with your elbows bent. There should be very little tension in your strap. Your knuckles are towards the ceiling and your elbows are bent. Good. Now from here, you're going to alternate extending your knees, one knee at a time. So you kick that leg straight and then bend the knee and place it back down. This is just alternating, and you want to try to keep your pelvis still. The elbows are staying bent, drawing shoulders down away from your ears. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just keep your arms where they are. Just lower your hips down. Put a little bit more tension into your strap. So start to straighten your arms out to the side slightly. Your elbows are still bent, kind of in line with your shoulders. Now turn your palms to face the ground, bringing your strap towards your belly button, and then bring your strap towards facing your knees, down towards the belly button, and then palms are facing the knees. Palms go towards the ground. Now, the important thing here is that your elbows aren't moving. Your elbows aren't moving in space. And if you're ready, letting your glutes having had enough of a break, lift your hips back up into your bridge. If you were in a bridge the whole time, that's totally fine. And you're going to just lower. So now you actually might hit your belly button for 3. So this is just doing some slight internal and external rotation. Last 1. And then pause with your knuckles towards the ceiling. You're making this 90-degree angle. Reach the arms up. And then you're going to bring those arms above the head. So your biceps are coming towards your ears. Okay. And now you're not going to hit your head with the strap, but you are going to open your arms out to the side, bringing your pinkies down towards your side. Once the strap comes close to your head, if it can even tap it, then you reach the arms back up above you. And now, and on this one, let's go ahead and straighten your right leg straight out in front of you. You're going to continue to open and close the arms. The strap comes down towards your head. If you want to bring it even further in front of your eyes, slightly above your face, you can do that. Just remember, this is not supposed to be such an intense work in your shoulders. We're doing 2 more for 1 and 2. Now place that right foot on the ground. Bring those arms back up above the head. The hips are going to stay lifted. Now straighten your left arm. I'm sorry, your left leg, the arm of your leg. And then you're going to be opening your arms out to the side. And your strap now is going to be parallel to your collarbones. So your arms are straight. You're open those arms out to the side. That left leg is straight out. Now bring your arms up towards the ceiling. Your palms are facing each other. Open the arms out to the side. Bring the arms back up towards the ceiling. Open the arms out to the side. For 3, for 2, last 1. Arms go straight up towards the ceiling. Place that left foot on the ground. Lower your hips all the way down. Great. Now let's take your right leg and we're going to place it in the strap. Good. Draw your shoulder blades down and bend your elbows down towards your side. So your elbows are going to be floating at your side. We're just going to lower and lift your legs. Lower down, lift up. Lower down, lift up. Lower down, lift up. 3 more. 3, 2, and let's pause with that leg lowered down. Now, curl your head and shoulders off the mat. Good. You're holding the head and shoulders off the mat. You're reaching out of that foot. Now bend the leg into tabletop. And you want to keep the heel away from your sit bone. So the heel stays good in line with the knee. And you're curled up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and you're going to pause with that leg straight out in front of you. See if you can curl up a little bit higher, pull the shoulder blades down, and let the neck relax. So you can do a little bit of a bobblehead. Now open and close that leg. Open and close. Good. Open, close. Open, close. Now everyone, pay attention to your left leg. Try to keep that left foot pushing down into the ground. Turn on your glute, turn on your inner thigh to find stability for 3, 2, 1. Lower head and shoulders. Bring that right leg straight up towards the ceiling. Put the left foot in, take the right foot out. We're going to keep the head and shoulders down, but now change the grip of your hands. So the ear of the strap is coming out of the thumb of your strap, the thumb of your hand. Now, you're going to, as you lower your leg down, you reach the arms above you. And then you bend the elbows back down as you lift the arm up. Reach the arms above you. Now, if it's too heavy, you're just going to grab closer to the ears of your strap. Good, Brandy. Lower the leg down as you lift the arms above your head. Good. You're reaching up. Good, Patricia. And you want to be pushing from underneath the armpits. We're going to do that 3 more times. 3, 2. And on this one, you pause with legs lowered down and arms reaching up. So you're really pushing. Now pay attention to your ribs. Push your ribs down away from the ceiling. And now let's open and close that left leg. The right leg is pushing down into the ground. You want to really find that heel to sit bone connection, meaning the more you push into your heel on your right leg, the more you feel your glute firing. For 2, last 1. Now bring that left leg up towards the ceiling and reach your arms towards the ceiling. Do a pelvic tilt to flatten out your low back and place both legs in the strap, both feet in the straps. Bend your elbows down to your side. Bend your knees down to make a tabletop. Curl your head and shoulders up. Now, at any point it gets to be too much for your head and shoulders, first things you should try to do is pull your ears back. And then if that doesn't help, you're going to just let the head and shoulders rest. Reach the arms above you, straighten the legs out in front of you. Bend them back in. We're going to do 5 of those. This is 1, and in. 2, and in. 3, and in. 4, and in. Last one, 5, and in. Bend the knees. Lower the heels down. Lower the head and shoulders down. Your feet are still strapped. Now, you're going to grab more of the strap and then straighten your legs forward. Yeah, so your feet are still strapped. You have tension in the strap. Look down the nose, roll your spine all the way up. And then hinge forward. Good, get a stretch for those hamstrings. And now you're going to sit up tall. Turn so that the ears of the strap are coming out of the pinky side of the hand. Your palms are going to be facing each other. Pull your shoulder blades down. Roll off your sits bones to roll back into a C curve. Good. Good. Now palms are going to be facing each other. Bend your elbows into your side. Reach your arms forward. It's not a bicep curl, it's a row. Good. Good. And you're just pulling in and back out. Now watch that when you pull in, see how my head's kind of trying to offset that center of gravity change. You want to keep that head back. Let the work be in the core. Pull down for 3. Good. 2. Last 1. Pause with those elbows behind you. Now we're going to open the arms out to the side. By opening the arms, we're not straight arms. Good, Brandy, just like that. It's not a straight arm. You keep your elbows bent in this external rotation. Fabiana, bring your chin up a little bit for 5, 4. Good, Marie. 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands to be parallel towards each other. Reach those arms forward, roll forward. Getting a stretch for those hamstrings. Shake it all out. Stack up tall. And let's just go ahead and release your strap. From this position, we're going to come to a high kneeling. So just bring your feet underneath you. You're going to come up. So we're going to do a little bit of work for your hip, but it's also going to be we're also going to be focusing on trying to get your shoulder stabilizers in. So what you're going to do, let's take your left leg and you're just going to reach it out to the side. And it kind of puts you in this position already ready to side bend, placing your right hand on the ground. Now, from here, just move the eye of your elbow. So where your elbow crease is, realize you can turn it to face you, you can turn it to face away from you. Depending upon scapular mobility and how tight the rotator cuff muscles are, some people may have a lot more range. But let's go ahead and have your fingers facing above you and the eye of the elbow facing forward. And then you're going to bend your elbow ever so slightly. So your elbow is going behind you. Okay, now from here, you want to push yourself away from the ground, not by straightening your elbow, but by pushing. And then let's lift your top leg. Good. Now, keep yourself pushing away from the ground. You're going to bend your knee up, kick down. So your knee comes up towards your chest. You kick in line with your shoulder. Up and then back. Good. Up and then back. Now pay attention to this bottom leg. You don't want to be sinking down into that hip either. You're pushing away with both your arm and your leg, trying to create more space in that right hip. For 5. Good. 4, 3, see if you can keep this top leg parallel. 2, it's going to work these even more. 1, keep the leg straight. We're going to paint 5 circles each direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to take our bottom foot. We're going to just rotate it towards our floating leg so that we can come to an all fours position. You place your hand down, your leg's still floating. That left leg is still floating, and we're going to bend that left knee in, extend it back behind you. Bend in, kick out. Now that we have both shoulders on the ground, that right shoulder is a little bit more engaged. See if you can work into that left arm a little bit harder, because what you're going to do is you're going to reach your right arm forward. And then as that left leg comes in, you're going to bring the elbow in. So we're doing this watchdog. Right arm, left leg, bending in and out of tabletop. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to just bend that right elbow. Place your right forearm on the ground. You're keeping that left leg in the air. Then you're going to place your left forearm on the ground. So you're at this now in an angle. You're going to bend your knee so the bottom of the foot goes towards the ceiling. And let's put a footprint on the ceiling 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now straighten your leg, tuck the toes, place the foot on the ground. If you need to change to a hand plank here, please do. Otherwise, send your other leg back and you're in your forearm plank now. So both legs are back, you're in your forearms, on your forearms, in a plank. If you need to shift up to your hands, please do. And we're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend one knee in, then your other knee, and then you're going to sit back towards your sits bones. Keep those arms forward so you're getting a child's pose, stretching out both the shoulders and the low back. Build your spine up. Great. Now we're going to grab your straps. Your palms are going to be facing the ground to start. Now, I'm sitting back on my heels. That can not be comfortable for some people, so you can come up into a high kneeling. You can sit crisscross, whatever works for you. Arms are going to go straight up towards the ceiling, and you can change halfway through. Arms are up towards the ceiling, palms are facing forward. Just take a big inhale, bring those shoulders up into the ears. And then just pull those shoulder blades down. Now another inhale, keeping your shoulder blades away from the ears. Now this time when you exhale, you bend your elbows down like you're doing a pull-up. You can even bring, yes, and then back up. Try to keep your elbows, your wrists on top of your elbows. Your elbows will only go down till they're in line with your shoulders. So if you find that it's so light that your hands are outside of your elbows, bring your hands a little closer together so that you get that much more weight pulling down, straighten up, pull down, straighten up. Good. Pull down, straighten up. For 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and on this one, we're gonna pause. Elbows pulling down, reach out of those elbows, pushing out to the side, and then we're gonna turn your palms to face the ground. Okay, now everyone, check in with your shoulders. Are they up in the ears? Pull those forearms down towards the ground, reach the arms forward, bend them back in. Reach the arms forward, bend them back in. Reach forward, back in. Reach forward, back in. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and on this one, keep those arms straight. Let's paint with just the left arm. We're gonna keep that arm still. I tricked you there. Keep the left arm still. Right arm, 5 circles each direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5. Good. 4, 3. Shoulders down away from the ears. 1. Now let's switch arms. 5, 4. Try to keep that right arm still. 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your elbows in, lower the arms down. Come up to your high kneeling position. Place the strap on the ground. Send that right leg out to the side. Left arm is going to come down. You want your fingertips going above you, the eye of your elbow going forward, and your elbow crease going behind you. As you do a slight bend, push away from the ground. Push away from the ground with your hip. Float that top leg up. You're going to bend it up, kick back, bend up, kick back. Good. And back. Now, if this ever gets to be too much on anyone's hip joint or their shoulder, you can come to a side lying position, meaning you'll just come all the way down. That's if this ever gets to be too much. Otherwise, you're staying up. You're keeping that shoulder stability for 3, for 2, last 1. Keep that leg straight back. Now let's paint 5 circles each direction. 5, 4, keep it lifted. 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to kick your bottom foot to be in line, and you're going to rotate so you're in an all fours position, and then float that right leg again. Right leg's floating. Now bend your right leg in, kick it back out. Bend that right leg in, kick it back out. And now really find that stability underneath the right armpit, because you're going to reach your left arm forward. And now when your right leg comes in, you bring your left arm in. You bend in, kick back, bend in, kick back, bend in, kick back. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Place the hand down, place the knee down, and we're just going to lower our whole body down to the ground. So you're going to be lying on your stomach. And then you're going to place your hands on top of each other. Now, from on the ground, we did not do our kick-ups towards the ceiling because you're going to bend your right knee while lying on the ground. Push your pubic bone into the ground. And you're going to put a footprint on the ceiling with your body staying still. So you really get the idea of your pelvis staying still. You push the pubic bone into the ground, and now you're going to put a footprint on the ceiling with that right foot, lifting it up, 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 up. So by pushing your pelvis into the ground. You have that tactile cue to keep the pelvis still and not let it be a part of this lifting. It's really your thut, where your thigh meets your butt, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten your legs straight back in line with you. And then separate your hands so your palms are on the ground. You're making these cactus arms. Pull the shoulder blades down. And we're going to lift the head and lift the chest. Keep the pubic bone pushing into the ground. Now see if you can pull your shoulder blades down more, lifting your head and chest up higher. Then you're going to push gently into your hands to come up. Only come up as high as feels comfortable for you. And then shoulders down, Brandy. Grow taller out of the neck, and then lower down. Belly button hits first, then bottom of the ribs, then your sternum. Good, and you're lying flat. Draw those shoulder blades down. Lift the head, lift the chest. Press into the hands to lift up. Coming all the way up, draw those shoulder blades down. And then lower down, belly button. Bottom of the ribs. Sternum, good. All the way down. Last one. Pull the shoulder blades down. That starts to lift the head and chest. Then you push into the hands to come up. Holding up. And then you can just turn and look over your right shoulder. Getting a stretch in the neck. See, feel that rotation is happening in the spine as well. And then look over your left shoulder. Rotate back to center and then lower down, belly button. Bottom of the ribs. Then your sternum. Good, and then from this position, you're gonna just press yourself back into an all fours. And then push yourself into that child pose. And then bring yourself upright. Grab your strap. Okay, you're gonna place the strap on the ground in front of you. You wanna place it far enough, and you'll position yourself far enough away so that you'll bring your left foot to be resting on the strap. And you want your heel to really be pushing into the strap. The heel is gonna push into the strap. That's gonna give that strap, it's not gonna move now. So now, left foot is on the strap. Your left hand is gonna grab the strap and bring it up. And you're gonna grab it so it's on the inside of the knee. And then you're gonna hold it so that it's like your fingers are towards the ground, the ear of the strap's going out of the pinky side of the hand. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna reach up, and it's okay if the strap comes in against your knee, because that's gonna remind you to activate your inner thigh. So it's like you're pulling a sword and you're gonna rotate and look back over your left shoulder. You pull and follow. Good, pull and follow. So if that's too heavy, you can go lower, but you're trying to come up and at an angle. Up and at an angle. 3 more. 3, 2, last 1. Now, keep this hand in the strap. You're gonna tuck the toes of your right foot, hinge forward, and we're just gonna straighten the back leg. So you're in a lunge position. Now you're still holding the strap. Okay, now you're gonna just rotate your pelvis to the right and then rotate your pelvis back to center. From this lunge position, you open the hips, your heart and your pelvis open to the right, and then rotates everything back. Last one, rotate everything to the right, bring it back to center. Now switch the strap to the right hand. Now, what you're gonna do, what initiates the movement, is you bend your right arm into your side as you rotate, then you rotate back to center, straighten your arm back out. So we're getting that shoulder blade starts to pull. So we're trying to get the obliques to be what moves you. As you pull, Brandy, see if you can hinge forward a little bit more. Yes. Last 2, everybody, rotate and then rotate back to center. You should be feeling that left glute because you're rotating the pelvis around your femur. Rotate back to center. Let the strap rest on the ground. Bring your feet together. Stand up tall. Shake the legs out. So now you have both heels on the strap. We're just gonna bend down, grab the strap with both hands, bring yourself up, Palms are going to be facing forward. And let's just bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Good. Bend and straighten. For 5, 4. We're going to continue to do this bend and straighten, but we're going to add in a movement to it. Now we're going to straighten your arms, lower to a 90-degree angle, straighten the arms forward, bend them back in, lower the arms down. Bend the elbows up, lower to 90, press forward, bend in, lower down. Bend up, press forward, bring them in, lower down. Bend up, lower to 90, press forward, come in. Now we're going to add one more movement to do everything that you're doing. Lower to 90, press forward and hold. Open the arms, close the arms, bend the elbows in, lower down. Bend all the way up, lower to 90, press forward, open, close, bend in, lower down. Good job. Bend up, lower to 90, press forward, open, close, bend in, lower down, up, lower to 90. This is the last one. Push forward, open, close, bend in, lower down. Good. Let the straps come down to your side. You're going to keep your left foot in the strap. If you drop them, it's okay. You're going to send your right leg back so you're in your lunge position again. Hinge forward. And then you're just going to bend your back knee down to the ground to lower back down. Then let your strap go on the ground. You're still making that line. Bring your knees side by side. Round the shoulders forward and back. Good. Now let's bring the right foot forward. We're going to take the right hand. You're going to grab the strap across in front of your left hip. Remember, pinky's going towards the ceiling. Ear of the strap is coming out of the pinky side of the hand. And you're just going to rotate and reach back. It's like you're drawing this sword. Can't really think of any other movement since we are all drawing swords so often, right? This is a very practical application of movement, but we're rotating through the spine. That's really the great part, is you get that spinal rotation. This is your obliques integrating in with your shoulder for 3 more. 3, for 2, last 1, and bring that arm back down. Round the shoulders forward and back. Let's switch hands. Okay, so now you have the strap in this hand. And let's just go out to the side. Doing something a little different on this side. Go out to the side. Good. Now, get the shoulder to stay pulling down. So as that arm lifts up, the movement is happening by pulling up from here. But see if you can also get this underarm to push underneath to create support. Good, Marie. For 3, for 2, last 1, and bring the arm down. Round the shoulders forward and back. You're going to hinge forward, tuck the toes of your back foot, and then you're just going to straighten that back leg. You draw the shoulder blades down. Okay, now we're going to just get this rotation of the pelvis and then come back to center. So you're rotating and opening your pelvis to the left and then back to center. Open to the left, and the arm's not really being a part of this yet. You want to bend that front knee, keeping it on top of the front ankle. Rotate and center. Rotate. Now let's add the arm in. You bend the elbow in as you rotate, and then rotate back to center and straighten the arm. Say if the initiation of the movement is the pulling of the strap, pulling back, and then you continue it, getting your obliques to engage, to move the pelvis, and then rotate back to center. 3 more. 3, 2, final 1. I'm having a hard time balance on this side. And then you're gonna let your strap go. Bring your feet together. Shake it all out. Okay, so you have both heels on the strap now. What you're gonna do is you're gonna bend down, grab your strap in both hands, and you want it to be going out of the ears. The ears of the strap are going out of the pinky side of your hand. You have your heels on the strap. You're going to hinge forward, stick that tailbone back behind you. And now arms are reaching down towards the ground. Let the strap tension pull your shoulders away from your ears as you pull your arms behind you. You're pulling back. Pull back. Pull back. Good. Back. 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 For 5, 4, 3, 2. Now continue doing this, but now we're going to add in an elbow bend. So you pull back, hold, bend your elbows, straighten your elbows, lower your arms down, pull your arms back, bend your elbows, straighten your elbows, bring your arms down. So we're just adding more work for those shoulders, the posterior chain, so your back line, both of your arms. You should be feeling your glutes as well. Bend, straighten, reach the arms down. Now we're going to add one more movement into this. So you're going to pull back, bend the elbows, straighten the elbows, open the arms, close the arms, lower the arms down. Pull back, bend, straighten, open, close, lower down. Pull back, bend, straighten, open, close, reach down. 4 more. Pull back, bend, straighten, open, close, lower down. Pull back, bend, straighten, open, close, lower down. 2 more. Pull back, bend, straight, open, close, lower down. Last one. Pull back, bend, straighten, open, close, lower down. Bring yourself upright. You're going to let the straps go towards the ground. You're going to keep your right foot in, keep your right foot on the strap. Send your left foot back. Hinge forward. Lower your back knee down. And bring your knees side by side. Round the shoulders forward and back. You can just place the strap aside. You're going to come to this all fours position again. So we just brought that whole awareness of the shoulders, especially that back line. So see if you can rotate the eyes of the elbows to face forward. Eyes of your elbows are facing forward. As you do that, you'll feel the thumb side of your hand try to lift off the ground. Allow that to happen slightly, putting more weight into the pinky side of your hand. Good. Now from here, just shift a little bit of more weight into your knees. So your shoulders come behind your wrists a little bit. We're going to make this more challenging, but just get that feel. And now you're just going to bend and straighten your elbows, keeping your knees on the ground, and you're hinging at your hips. When you bend your elbows, they should go narrow because the eyes of the elbows stay facing forward. So you should feel your underarm firing to keep the eyes of your elbows forward. So Brandy, bring your elbows in towards your side. When they bend, keep them in towards your side. For 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Straighten the arms up, push your sit bones back towards your heels, shake the hands out. So you really want to get this idea of your elbows are staying tucked into your ribs when they bend. So we're going to try that again. So if the knees felt like that was enough of a challenge, you can stay on your knees by pushing them back, but we're going to try to go up into a full plank. So you can either come to your knee plank here, turn the eyes of the elbows forward, or if you want to challenge yourself, you just straighten your legs and pop yourself up. Good. Eyes of the elbows forward. Let's just bend. And it doesn't have to be a deep bend. You just bend your elbows in towards your side, keeping your shoulder stabilizers engaged. For 3. Good, Brandy. For 2. Good, Fabiana. Last 1. And place both knees back down. Push yourself back into a child's pose and reach forward. You want to reach out of those arms. Take a big inhale, sending the breath into the back of your ribs. And then exhale, let it all relax. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Build your spine all the way up with that inhale. Let the bobblehead happen in your neck. Let it all relax. Okay, keeping that integration of all that shoulder stabilization we just did. You're going to come to your sits bones and your feet are going to be out in front of you. So we have done a lot of leg work, really working, just isolating both the hips and the shoulders. See if you can get all four of your ball and socket joints to engage through this. So you're going to have your knees bent. Your feet are going to be reaching forward slightly. You want to keep those knees slightly bent, squeeze them together. Draw those elbows into your side. Turn the eyes of the elbows to face the ceiling as you roll back into your C curve. Draw on those 4 points, hips, shoulders, keep them engaged. Now reach those arms forward without rounding through it. You want to keep those shoulders engaged and drawing down. You're not reaching out of the joint. Pull your ears back in line with your shoulders. Draw down on your core. Good, holding here. Let's bring your right leg to tabletop. Bend your elbows. Fingertips are towards the ceiling. You're making a 90-degree angle. Draw those shoulders down. Now, without moving your pelvis, just rotate towards that floating leg to tabletop. You're going to bring the opposite elbow towards that knee. So that left elbow comes towards that right knee. And you're really keeping all 4 points engaged. Check in with your hips. Are they working? Can you engage your hips to keep your pelvis still? Last one. And then rotate back to center. Place that foot down. Reach the arms forward. Roll all the way down. Good. Place your hands down on the ground. Draw your heels towards your sits bones. And then lift your hips up towards the ceiling into a bridge. Find your ribs. See if you can push your ribs down away from the ceiling. Now, even though your hands are not really doing much, you keep those shoulders pulling down away from your ears. See if you can try to touch your heels with your hands, actively pushing out of those shoulders. Bring your right leg to tabletop, then straighten it up towards the ceiling. Then you're going to lower your hips down, lift your hips up, and feel how that left hip has to work to move both sides of your pelvis, but see if you can get that right foot pushing up towards the ceiling to actively engage as you lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower your pelvis all the way down. That right leg is still up towards the ceiling. Grab behind the right knee, bend that right knee so it's back into tabletop. Straighten your left leg out onto the ground. Now you're going to roll up, straightening that right leg. Use that hip extension to roll you all the way up. Then you bend your knees slightly in towards your chest. Reestablish that connection in the hips. Arms come forward. Draw the shoulder blades down. Roll back into that C curve. And hold. You're not lying flat. You have your core engaged. Good, everybody. Keep those 4 points. We just worked on that left glute. See if you can get your right glute to fire as well. Now bring your left leg to tabletop. Bend your elbows. Make sure it's your other side. If I messed up on those directions, I'm very sorry. And now you're going to rotate towards that floating knee. Just make sure you're doing your other side. Good. So yeah, left leg's in tabletop. Rotate, center, rotate, center. Now get your glutes part of this. Get your shoulders a part of this. Feel how it's your core that's moving you. For 3, for 2, good. Last 1, and rotate to center. Place that foot down, reach the arms forward. Roll all the way down with control, moving slowly. Once your head is flat, you reach those hands down towards your heels. Bend your knees, placing the bottom of your feet on the ground. Lift your hips up. Push your sternum down. You're going to bring the opposite leg to tabletop. Straighten it up towards the ceiling. I believe it is your left leg. It should be your left leg. And now we're going to just lower the hips and lift the hips. Lower the hips, lift the hips. Good. Lower down, lift up. Lower down, lift up. Lower down, lift up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Lift and hold. What you're going to do is bend that leg into tabletop, lower your pelvis all the way down. Bring both hands behind that floating leg, straighten your ground leg all the way out. And this time we're not going to roll all the way up. We're going to roll halfway up. So you're going to start to reach that left leg forward. You're going to roll halfway up. Your leg should be halfway straight. And let's make sure you're only on your sacrum. Only your sacrum is on the mat, none of your spine. See if we can just lift and lower your ground leg. Now, with your hands behind your knee, let your shoulder blades pull down. So you should feel pretty stable here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. And then you're going to pause with that leg floating straight out. So now just change the placement of your legs. Bend your opposite leg. Bring your hands behind your opposite knee. Now left leg is straight out. We're going to just lift and lower the left leg. Nothing in your body should have really shifted at all. Your torso should be in the same point that it just was. Your shoulder blades are drawing down. Good. For 5, activate your hips and your shoulders. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and place that foot down, roll the rest of the way up, and round forward, getting a stretch for the low back, stretch for the hamstrings. Let the bobblehead happen. Bring yourself upright. Bring your knees in. Bring yourself to an all fours position. You're going to round your spine up. Extend your spine back. Round your spine up. Extend your spine back. Last one. Round your spine up. Now with your spine rounded up, you're going to take your left hand, reach it up towards the ceiling, and rotate your heart open, open, open. Just get that stretch through the chest. And then you're going to thread this arm in between. And as you do, you can extend your back and you're going to reach through that arm. And then build yourself back up. Round your spine up and then let that arm, your opposite arm, reach up towards the ceiling. We're doing the other side. And then you're going to thread that arm through. Reach, reach, reach. Bring yourself back up. Place the hand down. Sit back on your heels. Shake it all out. Fantastic job, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Great job today.